Hello there, so let's be honest. Hashtag blame Juan for everything. Also blame him for holding me hostage until I'm done editing this fucking recap. Let's get started then. Welcome to the round of 16 of the Mania 7K World Cup 2018. Check out all the VODs at twitch.tv/oslive. These VODs are super important for viewers like me who were asleep during the match of Canada and China. The Asian team had the better start, winning the first 2 points with some nice act by Dot and QX.
But it's so close right now, it's hard to say how this is going to go, even though we're so close to the end.
Yeah, when you have teams this good duking out on a map like this, you're watching every single judgment. The single 200 can flip the balance.
But it looks like China does take that point just barely right at the end by 5,000 points.
Maps number 3, 4 and 5 were also taken by China, which resulted in the first sweep of the round of 16. Satori nearly got 99% on the SV pick Is This Love, converting the first match point. Just like previous recaps, the MVPs of the teams are just beneath the flags. Keep in mind that no team is eliminated yet, Canada just moves to the losers bracket.
And the last major bit of SV has been finished, besides that. But...
Okay. Yeah, that might have been a little bit of a curse coming back there.
It's all part of the plan, man. You gotta know when the tricky stuff is coming, so you can just say people aren't breaking. Once that happens, everyone breaks.
Little did you know, that SV didn't exist before you said that the SVs are over. It immediately materialized because of the commentator's curse.
Exactly. What else would have happened?
Joking aside,
the US against Australia was up next, and the American team just continued their dominant performance from the group stage. Squishy showed some impressive accuracy on the Kengen LN pick.
Yeah, I still have about a third of the map left, but if things keep going the way they have been, US is looking strong to take this first point. That SV tripped up Sankansuki.
Looks like they might have needed to practice this one a little bit more.
The Australian team had no chance even to pick up a single point. The double FC on Is This Love just proved that the US team is doing serious business in this tournament. Second match, second sweep.
Before it would hit his hit position, which can be problematic for something like this.
You know, one thing I noticed actually was that both the US players are using relatively slow speeds.
Yeah, I think what's pretty common on SV charts is to lower your scroll speed a lot of times because it gives you, well, more time to react to the SVs, but also lets you create visual cues for the SVs much easier.
Was Indonesia versus Singapore going to be the first more balanced match? Romy landed a nice 4x200 score as first point for Singapore, before it became close for the second map.
So if Indonesia does tighten their timing a bit in the end here, and maybe if Singapore gets another miss,
looks like
this could go Indonesia.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to Indonesia very slightly, but we're going into the very last section here, and it's gonna be Singapore's.
Just barely.
Yep.
Still about less than 10,000 points.
I guess the stars and the moon on the Singaporean flag were the boost the team needed compared to Indonesia. Romy, with another impressive score on the Spaceman map, finished the match off with another clean sweep. The Indonesian team needs to win the next match in the losers bracket to stay in the tournament.
Yeah, this is a really tough chart. I mean, it's, like I said, very technical, the most technical chart in the pool.
Yeah. And I think I'm not gonna mention what I'm talking about in case I curse a certain player here, but it's looking like, wait for it, we're getting a full combo from Romy.
Oh, Malaysia. I mean, Germany weren't doing bad in the first map, but the Malaysian team were just a level above them. 1x200 from 2 teammates? What is this madness?
Yeah, I don't think that's really going to change at all during this turn. I mean, I guess the ending section is slightly more dense than the rest of the chart, and it has a couple of rolls that are a bit trickier to hit, but overall it's not really too bad, especially for players of these caliber.
And we're gonna go into the very ending here.
Yeah, and seems like everyone's holding on just fine, but unfortunately Germany did not take this point off Malaysia. Malaysia,
Oh my lord, look at these accuracies.
yeah.
You might have already guessed it, this was another sweep. Just enjoy Chiwi breezing through these maps. It is really nice to see such scores during a tournament. As Germany drops down the bracket, they will play against Australia. And coming weekend, we are seeing a big match between the US and Malaysia.
I mean,
Stanfield struggling a bit.
Yeah, once and then twice again. I mean, Malaysia has a very convincing lead over Germany now.
Yep. And yeah, with that, Malaysia are going to be taking their second point. No, it does not seem that way.
Yeah, it's just his quarter stream. I think it just ends on a hold on 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. And actually, there's one really tricky release at the very end here. If these guys practice, they should hit it just fine, but potentially we could see a quick CG here. Oh, Chile missing! Oh no,
Right
on
at
the
the
very last
end.
note, he was not.
Coming up, South Korea versus Italy. Oh nice, Jakarts and Estonians are playing and Yomio from Italy as well. Well, that never happened. The Italian team did not show up and Korea was granted a win by default. Hopefully, this will not happen in the following rounds again. Chile and Japan both showed up afterwards though. After a first map of good acts from every player, Scala managed to FC an SV pick confidently.
SV patterns left. Most of them were in the first half. There is just one more teleport, which is coming up here.
Looks like
It catches
Scala
out
might be looking,
Alzen.
looks like Scala might be looking for an FC here. We'll have to see if he can hold it just for the remainder of the map.
And it looks like Chile will take their second point of the
Oof.
match. Gonzalo
Gonzalo.
missing.
Yeah, the streak of sweep continues. Psych! Japan won the third map in a close call and used their momentum to take the lead.
It's no longer just an accuracy battle. It's just that miss from Gonzalo is just enough to push the score lead in their favor, and all they have to do is hold their combo.
Oh, but it's still so close.
Ooh,
It's just a few thousand points difference. Oh. Oh, will it be enough?
Coming towards the end here.
Any accuracy drops could decide this right now.
The Chilean team, being behind, got themselves together and proceeded to win the following two maps. Some solid accuracies were showcased on the Snowflakes pick. Match point for Chile.
If they want to bring this back,
It has
otherwise they'll
it
have
has
to
to be
fight
like
Chile
right
on
now.
their own pick.
It's going to be an uphill battle for Japan. And it looks like this is going to go to Chile. It's going to be 4-3 and Chile's pick. I think they're just going to go straight for a full Moon Knight.
Ooh, 20,000 point difference. And I think Chile picks a full Moon Knight as well.
Because of a misfest on Full Meme Night, Japan was able to force the tiebreaker, the first one of this round. The loser plays against Indonesia, the winner faces Singapore. Find the outcome of the match out yourself.
Now, but
Alzen dropping
still
again.
missing.
Ah, that's gonna be it.
That is potentially it for Japan unless something huge happens.
And Gonzalo finding a drop. Oh
Gonzalo
no.
finding a drop. Ooh.
Will be enough though. I don't think it's enough.
How long does the section go for?
No, it's over.
That's gonna be it.
Two matches left. After a strong showing of the team from the Philippines, Elementaire stepped up as well and landed strong accuracy along with Arc and Cielo.
If I were to guess, I'd say those misses were a fluke. When you're playing in a tournament, things like that just sort of happen no matter how many times you've full combos a map before.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with tournament nerves can play such a huge factor. It's something that sometimes people don't quite think about. But when you are in a tournament such as Mania or Cup, it's just, you can get so...
Actually, Alem tried so hard to carry his teammate, FCing Spaceman as well. This was unfortunately not enough, giving the Philippines the 6th sweep in the 7th match if we count the win by default as 5-0. France gets another chance against Canada while China faces the Philippines team in winner's bracket.
As we approach the end of the map.
Yeah, I think we can pretty much call it. Philippines taking the 3rd point against France. It's France's pick now.
The last match, Brazil against Argentina, looked like a win by default for a long time. After 14 minutes and 45 seconds of delay, Juan managed to get the Argentinian team online and the final match could be started. I guess hashtag thanks Juan for that one. Lothus welcomed them with a 2x200, 1x100 on Origami.
Yeah, and especially with Somnium down at the 97.4 range, that is giving a massive lead to the Brazilian team.
But yeah, Argentina's first pick, a breakpoint for Brazil. Let's see how Brazil responds.
Brazil continued to dominate this matchup, giving Argentina no chance to catch up at all. Lucas on the Argentinian team, however, always tried his best and often got the best score in the lobby, resulting into an FC on the last map. He can prove his carry potential against Italy, while Brazil hopefully forces a great match against South Korea.
And that is... Oh, yeah. I thought it was ending again.
Not quite, we're almost there.
And that is... So we have this little bit here.
And now it's over.
That is
Brazil
that.
does take the 5th point in the match, bringing it 5-0 and winning their round of 16 match.
Interestingly enough, the SV map Is This Love was most picked, often to catch the opposing team off guard. Phantasmagoria was just as often banned as Gum. Gum was also the only map to get 100% pick ban rate. Small fun fact, Snowflakes was always picked by the losing team. For the quarterfinals, the matchups are divided in 2 match days. On Saturday, February 24th, China and the Philippines start off on 10 AM UTC, followed by Australia against Germany and Indonesia versus Japan. On Sunday 25th, South Korea and Brazil will have a face-off at 2 AM UTC, to be followed by Singapore against Chile and the US against Malaysia right afterwards. The quarterfinals finish up with Italy against Argentina and Canada playing against France. Don't forget that the losers from the lower bracket will be eliminated from the World Cup. That's all, folks. Thanks for making it to the end of the vid and see you this weekend for the quarterfinals. Until then, please enjoy game.